Hi sci-fi fans, welcome to Visionary Stories. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Thank you.
Echoes of the Architects. Chapter 1. 5 centuries had passed since Earth's axis groaned and gave way to fire and silence, but here, on the healed skin of Antarctica, life bloomed like a secret finally forgiven. The Vostok Basin was no longer a wound, it was a sanctuary. Thermal vents disguised as obsidian sculptures lined the walkways. Genetic redwoods stretched toward the ozone-thinned sky. Moss beds shifted with subtle color gradients designed to rebalance air in real time. The ice still encircled the continent, but it had become its guardian, not its prison. And among the green, moving alone, Arelle Novak paused. She had felt it again. That pull. She knelt at the foot of a false rock, its surface alive with microbial paint. Beneath her glove the soil trembled, not visibly, but along the nerves of her palm. A rhythm, a resonance. She had felt it for years, subtle, insistent, like the memory of a song without lyrics. Her eyes flicked to the patch of sky above. A passing drone hummed lazily toward the observation ridge. No one would notice her absence. She tapped the comm implant behind her ear, silencing inbound messages. Then she reached into the soil. Her fingers struck metal. Old. Not rusted, preserved. It hummed back. The vault had been sealed after the last World War. The records called it a geothermal monitor. The deeper truth had been buried with the last generation. Until now. The ground shuddered once like something exhaling. A panel rotated upward from beneath the moss, releasing a hiss of vapor. Inside, a crystal node, pale green, flickering. Arelle stared, her breath caught. She didn't remember this place, but her bones did. That night she dreamed of the lake. Not as it was, but as it had been, frozen, blighted, sealed beneath kilometers of ice. In the dream, a woman waited at the edge of the drill platform, eyes full of exhausted wonder. "Claire Novak," Arelle whispered, though the woman didn't speak. Instead, Claire pointed downward. The ice cracked. A single shaft of light pierced through the abyss, reaching something vast and sleeping. A pulse, a beacon. Arelle woke before dawn, fingers trembling, throat dry. The node she'd found now sat on her desk beside a steaming mug of nutrient tea. She reached for it. It pulsed again, stronger this time, and projected a whisper of light across the wall. A map, not of Earth, not entirely, and in the center the words in architect glyphs, familiar to her somehow, though she'd never been trained to read them. But her voice knew what to say. The garden is awakening, the signal must rise. By noon, seismic sensors across the preserve registered a vertical energy column from beneath Vostok. It was soft, barely more than a heartbeat, but it resonated with satellites in orbit. The council flagged it as a geothermal anomaly. Arelle said nothing. She walked the perimeter, fingers trailing across rebloomed moss. She knew now. This wasn't just a paradise. It was a message, a stage. And the architects had just whispered their first line in 500 years. Arelle Novak's boots echoed softly through the crystalline halls of the Kaelin Archive, an orbit-suspended vault where gravity obeyed no master and secrets weighed more than stone. She had come alone. Officially, the visit was a routine data synchronization between Earth's Antarctic biosphere and the architect's observational core. Unofficially, she carried the activated node in a lead-shielded container against her chest, wrapped in cloth marked only with the Novak crest. She was here for answers, and only one man still lived who might give them. Kaelin was older than time should allow. He floated cross-legged in the low-G chamber, half embedded in a framework of organic data spirals. His eyes were clouded but not dim. His skin was traced with light tattoos that shifted subtly as he breathed. An old right, granted only to keepers. "You're early," he said without looking up. "I didn't make an appointment," Arelle replied. "You didn't need to." She handed him the node. He held it gently, reverently, like a communion wafer. "It's awake," she said. Kaelin nodded slowly. "And it called to you." She hesitated. "Yes, in dreams, in vibrations. And then it showed me things I shouldn't understand. Glyphs, pathways, a message." Kaelin's eyes met hers for the first time. "Then it is time to ask the question." They moved to a sealed chamber within the archive's central stem. Arelle lay flat on a diagnostic table, her blood drawn and cells scanned at quantum fidelity. Talon monitored in silence. The machine pulsed. Once. Then again. The results glowed in golden text. "Genetic echo. Positive architect resonance. 97.2%. Lineage Novak Prime confirmed." Arelle sat up slowly. Breath catching. Kaelin spoke as if reading from memory. "The architects chose no successors, but they knew memory could wear a human face." He led her to the viewing dome, transparent, vast, curved into starlight. "There's more," she said. "The signal evolved." Kaelin's brows furrowed. Arelle held up her palm, and the node flared in response. The air shimmered with projection. An encoded architect transmission partly translated, pulsing in rhythm with her heart. The voice came in layers, one ancient, one young, one hers. "The garden is only the beginning. The stars will not wait for peace." Talon whispered the last line with her, as if it had haunted him too. They stood in silence, staring down at Earth, at its green continents, its soft blue oceans, its illusion of safety. "The Council doesn't want to know," Arelle said. "They think this peace is permanent." "It never is," Talon replied. "You know that now." "What happens next?" He turned to her. "That depends on what kind of Novak you intend to be." She left the archive with two things. 1. The node, now fully bonded to her genetic frequency. 2. A sealed file marked Echo Protocol, Level 1. Inside it, a single phrase in Claire Novak's handwriting. "Do not build to conquer. Build to survive what comes." The inheritance had been accepted. The countdown, though silent, had begun. The docking bay under Mare Arcos was never meant to be rediscovered. It wasn't listed in any council database, not mapped, not patrolled. It had no beacon, just a gravitational anomaly on the far side of the Mars moonbase, hidden behind static fields and debris clouds. But Arelle Novak had the frequency. The crystal node had shown her the exact coordinates 2 nights ago, after she'd finally stopped resisting the dreams and let Claire speak through her. "It's not a ship," her great ancestor had whispered. "It's a decision, waiting for someone to be brave." The access shaft was pressurized manually, sealed by a code she had never been taught, but knew instinctively. Each key press felt like déjà vu. Jorik Thane, her longtime friend and transport pilot, hovered beside her, eyes wide. "You sure this isn't going to wake up something hungry?" "If it does," Arelle said, "run." The airlock hissed open. Inside, silence and shadow, until the flame appeared. It floated at the center of the chamber, a flickering corona suspended above a plinth. Not fire, not energy, something older, more elegant. Around it, a vessel slumbered, half organic, half alloy. Shaped like a stingray, but vast. Its surface covered in faint architect runes that only revealed themselves under stress. Jorik stepped forward. "That's not human." Arelle didn't answer. Her body was already moving toward the plinth, her breath sinking with the pulse of the flame. The vessel responded, barely, a faint hum along its hull. Then it stopped. She tried again, projecting voice commands in a half-dozen Earth dialects. No response. The flame dimmed. Jorik frowned. "Maybe we're not authorized." "No," Arelle said, stepping back. "It's waiting for something else." She closed her eyes. And let go. Let go of her doubt. Let go of her training. Let go of the Council's policies. Earth's illusions of peace. her own fear that she was nothing more than a fluke of biology. She reached through her ancestry, and the flame surged.